Hi, I'm Ravi and this is an online training session on SolidWorks. In the previous session, as we have done a sketcher workbench, we have created many sketches here and how to use the tools of drawing bar and modify bar and relationship as also. So all these features we have accomplished in a previous session. Now today we are working on the 3D modules. In 3D modules we have the numerous tools here. One is base features, second is cut features, and these are the basic features of part designs. So you can see there, before starting here we are just going to enter again once again in the same workbench. So you'll see there, this is the part design workbench. Here is assembly, here is drawing, and I'm clicking on part and go for OK. Now we'll see there, this is same, we have the part design model tree. We have to save the file first, so just save the file. I'm just pressing Ctrl S and now save the file at the desired location. So I'm just saving the file on the desktop. The file we are given here is solid underscore part, and this is the file extension of SolidWorks part design. Now we are starting the first feature, which is extruded boss here. First of all, we have to create a base sketch here. Now we'll see there, we are just having the 2D sketch. Select the plane, and now first of all give the center lines. 1, horizontal is the second center line. We have just placed the center lines into the same center point, which is origin also called, and now we are defining here the center point rectangle. The value we have defined is 200, and we are defining the value here is 100. Exit. Now we have the option here which is isometric view. You see there, Ctrl+7 is the shortcut of this, and now the object has been tinted to 30 degrees. And now we'll see the feature here which is extrude feature. Now just pick the feature here and now pick the sketcher. And now we'll see here the dialog box of extrude boss, and now you will see there, this is the OK button, this is a cross button which is also called as cancel button, and this is a preview button. And now we'll see there we have direction 1, direction 2, thin feature and selected counters. Now we are going to use the feature which is extrude feature, and here we have one direction, direction 1. If I'm giving the direction in the blind section only, so now the value we are defining here is 20 value, or whatever the value you need to have, just give the value here. And after that, if you want the value in the both direction, means it should be symmetric, half at the upside and half at the bottom side. So we are just having the feature which is called mid plane. Now the part has been divided into two parts, 25 upper side and 25 lower side. That is called direction. The value we are defining here is 100. Now we'll see 50 is at above side and below side will be 50. So now one more thing, if I want to have non-symmetric job here, so now go for the feature blind feature and now give the value. That is the first value, and second value will be given by direction 2. And here you will see the second direction I am giving here is 30. Now the value will be different. So this is the second value I am defining here, and here you will see blind feature blind 2. Mid plane will be coming in direction 1 only, not in second direction. And you will see there, if I am using only one direction, and here we have the one more option which is called draft on and draft off. I'm just picking the option here, and now I'm defining the angle value here. So angle value we are defining here is 30 degree. Now you'll see there all the faces will be tinted accordingly, like this. Again I'm going to enter into the command. Now the value we are defining here is 50, and you will see the distance and angle I'm defining like this. That is a angle of 10 degree. So we'll see there all the four faces, the little faces will be in the direction of 10 degree. Direction can be changed by this way, and now we have the option which is called draft outward as well. So it will be working like this, inward and outward. Here is the option which is called direction 2, and now here too we can provide the value which is degree. The size I am defining here is 10 degree, and now we'll see there that can come into outward and inward direction. Here the value we are defining here is 30 degree, so we'll see the object has been changed like this, So for rotating it upside and downside and right and left, so we can use the arrow keys as well, and that's all. That was feature which is called Extrude Feature. Now we'll see there in the same manner we can use the feature which is Extrude Cut. But before using the Extrude Cut feature, we have to use Extrude, Revolve, Sweep, Loft, Boundary, whatever the feature you need to have. Just because these base features can create the solid model and these features can cut out. But cut can be possible after having the solid feature. So before starting this feature, these features, any of these features, so you have to work on these features. So now next feature I am using Extrude Cut. And how can we use the feature which is Extrude Cut? So just pick the surface, a solid surface here. Any of the surface I can pick here, which should be lateral, which should be in a linear manner, not in a circular or in a cylindrical manner. So I am just using the feature which is Extrude Cut. Now it is asking me to select a planar face or sketch already defined. So I'm just using the face, and that is the face I'm going to define. And now Control 8 will be normal to screen. And now just use the feature which is Sketcher. I'm just taking the circle option here, and now I'm creating a circle at the center of this. Exit and give the 50 value. Here too I'm defining the value. So we can define multiple circles here or multiple profiles here according to our need. The 50 value I'm defining here, and it is better to give the center line first. Now if we are moving this upwards, so it can go upwards, so I'm just making it constant by giving the feature which is coincident. Now we'll see there the object is in horizontal mode in the distance of 50. So now I'm just giving selection the circle, and now use the feature which is mirror entirety, and now mirror the object like this. Now 3 features we have created here right now, and now just using the feature which is Extrude Cut. Here we have the option which is called direction blind, and the blind we are giving the value which is 10, 20, 30, whatever the need we have. And here we can define one more thing here. Here you will see the limits. These are called limits. Blind limit, through all limit, up to next, up to vertex, up to surface, offset from surface, up to body and mid plane. So we can utilize these features, these limits here. And how to use these limits? So first of all we have to use blind feature. In blind we can define the dimension according to our need. The dimension I am defining here is 25, then circle will be pocket up to 25. So next feature will be there is up to last. If I am using this feature, then the hole will be coming through up to the next end. or you can say through all, like this. Before using this feature, we need to work somewhere on some other objects. So before starting it, I'm just using a new object here. This was a rectangle we have created. Now again, I'm just going to enter into the sketch, give the resizing value, updated value here. I'm giving the value which is 50, and exit from the command. Now use extrude command, pick the feature here, and now give the value. I'm giving the value here is 100. That is sufficient for me. And now exit from the command. And now I'm just picking the surface, go for Control 8, and now use Sketcher, pick the surface here. Now you can pick the surface or the plane as well. So these both can work accordingly. And now I am giving one point here, and now here I'm just closing the entirety. Again I am using the same entirety here, but I need not to make the same thing again and again, because we have the option which is called center line, vertical, infinite. Now I'm just giving the size here. The size I'm defining here is 75, 20, 20. Now just exit from the command. Here is an extra line which we have created by mistake, so that should be removed. Now pick the whole entirety here and now make a mirror of this. And here is a center line I'm defining. Now this has been mirrored. Again, now I'm just going to enter into the sketch. Once again, I'm just creating a new sketch here. Entirety I'm just creating here. Now this is the feature which is 3-point arc. I'm just creating an arc here. Close this profile accordingly. Now give the size. A 75 size I need to have here. So this is the size I'm defining is 50, and this will be the distance. Distance will be 25, and this will be the 50 size. I'm giving 10 distance we have defined here, and that's all. Now we'll see there we have created here 3 profiles, 1, 2 and 3, and these 3 profiles are in sketch number 3. Now we have to use the feature which is called Extrude Cut. Now if we see there, we have the option here which is through all. I need to cut out the profile, cut out a solid job through the next level. So now we have used the feature which is through all, and click OK. Now we'll see there the object has been cut down like this. So now next level will be there. I'm using the next command here, and the next command I'm using here is extrude again, extrude cut. So I'm just picking the surface here. Now create a new sketch here, sketch number 4, control it, and now you see there the object will be in the hidden mode like this. I'm just creating a rectangle here inside the object, a 3D object. So now we'll see there Control 7 will be the shortcut of this, and now we'll see there I'm just changing the appearance of the object. The appearance I'm changing here from shaded with edges. That will be the visualization display style basically. And now we'll see there I'm using the feature which is Extrude Cut. This is the profile I'm selecting, and now we have complete limits now. So I'm just elaborating all the limits here. The one operation was blind, second was throw all. In blind we can define the value here, desired value we can define here. I'm defining the value, suppose here is 20, so that will be coming to the 20. And here throw all, then throw all will be coming like this. The profile will be cut from all the surfaces which will come in the way and in this direction. And again we are using the feature which is up to next. But up to next will work like this. If we have the second surface here, then that will be the next surface after this. So this surface will be taken automatically like this. If now again I'm using the same feature, but I'm using the option which is up to vertex. So now we'll see there, this is the pocket feature. I'm using the command here up to vertex. So this is a vertex I'm defining. So profile will be cut down through the first surface to the selected surface, selected point, sorry, that will be the point. But in actual, the profile will be coming up to the same cylindrical surface, that will not exceed that. And now here we have the option which is up to surface. So now up to surface will work like you have the surface, the cylindrical surface here, pick the surface from here, face plane. This is the surface we have selected. The profile will be cut down like in the same profile, which will be a matching profile kind of thing, like this. And now we have the option here which is same, the draft feature here. The size I'm giving here is 10 degree, so the object will be transformed accordingly. Either it will, if it will not possible, then it will not work on. Here we have the option draw outward, that will be coming like this. Here is the option which is called reflect lines, or sorry, direction 2. In direction 2 you can define the value, but that will be worthless because there is nothing in the other side. There is no solid there, so that's why I'm not using the feature. That was the extrude cut feature. One more option will be there, is I'm just making editing again here in the same feature, and here we have the option offset from surface. Offset from surface will working like this. We have picked here the distance value. So reference surface we have selected, which is pink in color. This is the surface which is pink in color, so this is a surface which is selected. Now here I'm giving the value which is 5 millimeter, and you will see there the object is offsetted through the surface in the negative area, about 5 millimeter. So now reverse offset will work like this. The major concern is the profile view. The profile view is totally same like the profile selected. So that will be working like this. Now next operation there will be extrude. We have not completed yet. So extrude we need to accomplish completely. So again I'm just using the feature. You will see there, this was a solid feature we have created. Now again I'm deleting the object. We have only a rectangle here. You will see there we have only a rectangle here. So now I'm just making it extrude. Pick the object. Now if we are making it extrude, so earlier it was a four-sided rectangle. It has four sides, four lines. So now if I'm making it extrude, that will be looking like this, a solid component. But if I want to give thickness to each edges, each faces, so that will be working like thin feature. Here we have defined the value which is 5 millimeter, or the value according to your wish you can define here. So I'm just defining 5 millimeter, and you can see there the orange side is inside, so I'm just going to enter inside area. So here's the option which is called reverse direction, and here is the option which is thicken option. How much thickness I need to have here? I'm just giving 3 millimeter thickness, so that will be like 3 millimeter distance. And here in one direction, two direction, and mid plane. So I'm just giving here the option which is called mid plane, and the profile will be extruded in both direction, not extruded in both direction, thickened in both direction, sorry, extruded in one direction upwards. you want to make it on the other side too, so you can go for the feature which is direction 2, and that will be work accordingly. And now here one more option will be there is 2 direction. Now in 2 direction we can define the 2 values here. One is for inside, one is for outside. So inside value is around 5 millimeter I am defining, and outside value I am defining here is 10 millimeter, like this. And now if you want to use the option here which is cap ends, so just pick here, and thickness of the cap end will be 5 millimeter. I'm going to give 2 mm thickness, so that will be kind of 2, like this. So now you can see there thin feature has been applied here.